Okay, so quick disclaimer, all the audio you're going to hear after the intro was recorded a few days ago. This video was being uploaded on Sunday, April 17th, and this piece of news had just dropped, so everything that we say after the intro is not considering this piece of information right here, the fact that Robin Lehner has indeed returned to Vegas due to a health issue of one of his family members. We look forward to his return to the team as soon as possible. So, big condolences over to Robin Lehner. Hopefully his family member, whoever it is, gets better and recovers in full health. Hopefully this is able to help Robin Lehner as well come back with a positive mental attitude and an overall better outlook towards what it is that he is going to be tasked to do when he does return. But despite the fact that this is the case, it does not change all the things that I have observed as a fan of the NHL, looking at Vegas Golden Knights fans over the internet and just trying to analyze what's going on with this team and its goaltending situation. So, again, everything you're going to hear after the introduction, like the graphics that we have, that was recorded a few days ago before we knew about this piece of info right here. So, let's get the video underway. This video's not a good one because I'm recording it the afternoon of Friday, April 15th. It's 2:54 p.m. This means that the Vegas Golden Knights actually played another game that might have either broken or made everything that I'm trying to say a lot more or less believable in this video. But regardless of tomorrow for me, yesterday for Hughes, Vegas game between themselves and the Edmonton Oilers results, I do think there is a conversation we can still have about the Vegas Golden Knights that kind of revolves around the playoffs. It talks about the goaltending situation, it talks about Logan Thompson, it talks about Robin Lehner, it talks about the Jack Eichel curse, as we have come to have known is a real thing. Yeah, I'm kind of joking about that, but either way, the Vegas Golden Knights at the time of recording this audio. So again, 2:55 p.m. I am ready to press the upload button, or excuse me, the publish button on the Brock Besser JT Miller video that comes out 2 days earlier than this one. So just to get a frame of reference as to everything going on over here, as of right now, as I'm talking to you in this microphone, the Vegas Golden Knights are not in the postseason. They're 2 points behind both the Dallas Stars and the Nashville Predators for the wild card. Those two teams also have one fewer game played than Vegas. The Golden Knights are also 1 point behind of the LA Kings in the standings, as the Kings have 88 points. LA has one more game played than Vegas, so they do have an opportunity to overtake LA in the standings should LA continue to lose in regulation, and should the Vegas Golden Knights defeat the Edmonton Oilers in what is going to be tomorrow's action for me, but yesterday's action for you. It's tight right here. And if you go over to moneypuck.com and you look at the playoff odds, Vegas has a 53.8% chance at currently making the playoffs. Those chances go up to 69.26% if they beat the Oilers in regulation tomorrow. LA has a 71% chance at making the playoffs. Those odds fall to 50.38 if they lose their next game in regulation. And so I think it's fair to say that at this point in the year, the playoffs, Vegas, LA, wildcard, okay, let's not try to think about the wildcard because LA is a little bit closer in the crosshairs here. These playoff matchups are going to pretty much come down to a coin toss. They're going to come down to 1 or 2 hockey games, and as we know, hockey is the most luck-based, unpredictable sport in the world. And so, this is not a position the Vegas Golden Knights wanted to be in. Absolutely not. This is a team that had tried to go out there and build themselves a squad that was so unequivocally stacked, getting all the big names, Pacioretty, Stone, Pietrangelo, Eichel. You see the fact that Vegas doesn't have any state tax, for their players, which makes it a good free agent destination. You see the fans and how annoying they are. Sorry, Vegas fans. You guys are very passionate about your team, but sometimes you can get annoying. And then you see the social media manager too, the Vegas Golden Knights, have an ultimate package for other teams to go out there and dislike them. And that's a good thing for Vegas because it builds identity. Now, again, this is not where they wanted to be. In this coin toss of a situation where if they lose the next game of theirs, the mathematical playoff odds of them making the dance go all the way down to, 40%? Like, that's not a good position to be in for a team that spent the amount of assets they spent and that has made the Stanley Cup semifinals 3 of the 4 years they have existed. And a lot of their wins, a lot of their losses have been pinned on a few very specific individuals, and it's very evident if you go over to the Vegas Golden Knights Instagram. This is a cool little litmus test for fans who are not fans of the Golden Knights. Go over onto their page and try to find the posts where they play that night. If you look at all the comments, they will all say something along the lines of goaltending. Long story short, you have Robin Lehner, who is the guy. He's supposed to be the guy. He's the big paid guy. He's the guy with the Vezina Trophy nomination. And then you have yourselves Logan Thompson, who has come in here as the backup after a few injuries and after a few concerns with guys like Laurent Brossoit. You have yourselves the other goaltender here, Jiri Patera, that also is on an emergency loan, as is Logan Thompson. And Thompson is supposed to be the backup. He's supposed to be the secondary guy taking a backseat to Robin Lehner. The problem is, though, Logan Thompson has actually been pretty good. And during the time in March where Robin Lehner was out, you saw Thompson actually take over the crease in a pretty beneficial way. Towards the end of March and the start of April, you had Logan Thompson riding a 5-game win streak, including yesterday's game against the Calgary Flames. It's yesterday for me, it's a few days ago for you. But you see, every few games they switch it up and they're like, okay, no, we're not going to play Thompson anymore. Robin Lehner is back and Robin Lehner is our guy. Therefore, Robin Lehner is going to get the start. And ever since Robin Lehner returned to the lineup against the Vancouver Canucks on April 3rd, he's had a record of 2-1-1. Both of the losses he had came against the Vancouver Canucks, and both of these games had some pretty questionable attributes to them. This is why I say I want you to go over onto the Instagram page of the Golden Knights and try to find the posts from when these games occurred, because all the comments will go out there and say the same thing. Why did we put Lehner in? Thompson is on a hot streak. Look at Lehner diving all over the ice. This guy doesn't know how to win us games. He's not clutching it up for us. We're losing because of him. All the stuff about Quinn Hughes and the overtime goal was hilarious, because just seeing the Golden Knights' reaction to that, firstly, it was Eichel apparently getting cross-checked or interfered with by Quinn Hughes. Again, Quinn Hughes is like 5'10", Jack Eichel's a big boy. If you're getting shoved around by Quinn Hughes, I don't know what to tell you, man. But Robin Lehner going out there and giving up plays, 2-on-1s, Pettersson, Chason, all that stuff. It's been quite daunting seeing the Vegas Golden Knights fans just pontificate amongst themselves about why Robin Lehner is bad. Thompson, to his credit, has been stellar as of late. And he's been so stellar to the point that I've been seeing this sentiment grow more and more. Okay, no, if we need to win these games, these remaining few games we have to make the postseason, overtake LA, overtake Nashville or Dallas, whatever it is, we need to ride Thompson. He's the hot hand. Robin Lehner has been out for too long. He's lost his touch. He's losing us games, and he's losing us points because of it. Now, I get it. This entire sentiment could change by the time tomorrow finishes up, because the Oilers are going to play Vegas, and if it's Robin Lehner starting that game and he posts a 50-game shutout, then okay, I'll eat my words and say that this video is wrong. But at the time of me recording this audio, this is still a thing that I've been seeing a lot of when it comes to Vegas fans just jumping ship as to which goaltender is going to be the guy. Ever since they shipped away Fleury, they kept Lehner around, they had Thompson here instead. It's been a pretty interesting run, especially considering all the other drama this team has had to deal with over the past few weeks as well. From the attempt to trade Dadonov to the league saying no because the guy had a no-trade clause that did include the Anaheim Ducks, to having Dadonov all of a sudden become the superhero that he became after the trade deadline, scoring all these goals, scoring these overtime winners, etc., having Robin Lehner sidelined, but having Thompson stepping up in his place, and seeing the Vegas Golden Knights win, what was that, like 5 in a row and 7 in 9 games, to really take control of their fate and push themselves back into the playoff picture. Now again, they're not there right now, they're still technically out, but they're creeping up into LA's rearview mirror, and it's going to come down to just a few games here and there that will decide who makes the playoffs and who doesn't. But if the Vegas Golden Knights go out there and lose, if they don't make the playoffs after all the stuff they tried to do to make things work for them, trading away Tuck, trading away Krebs, trading away Future, trading away all these assets for now material, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how things go down. They finally had themselves a way to maneuver around that salary cap thing because they wanted to reactivate Mark Stone, but they didn't have the necessary money to do that, so all the other guys that were also injured were placed on the LTIR. Right now, you have Riley Smith, Brossoit, Carrier, Patrick, Howden, Haig, and Bischoff all on the LTIR, and you have $0 in cap space left, so this is stretching the wire real thin for the Vegas Golden Knights. Goaltending might be the last part of the equation here, because when it comes to the fan base, I mean, as of right now, it appears that Robin Lehner is not the guy that people want to see. Thompson just beat the Flames 6-1. Thompson, who knows if he's going to get the start tomorrow in Edmonton? Well, I mean, you already know the answer to that. You already know who won and lost. But still, let me know in the comments all your thoughts about the Vegas Golden Knights, their fan base, and their reaction to the goaltending and the changes in net. For all y'all Vegas folks that are just starting out getting into this hockey thing, yeah, the goalie controversy is a pretty big one. And it's funny because you guys have had to deal with this for a while now. Fleury versus Lehner, who's the better goalie? And now it's Lehner versus Logan Thompson of all people. So let me know in the comments all your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this. Trolls 99, and bye.